So we've been talking this week. Hi, Renee from Lawns here. I don't think I've said that in a while. Renee from Lawns here. We've been talking this week a lot about the narcissist going out to find new supply. And as an encapsulation to the week, I wanted to tell you, I don't want you to stick around. Again, I don't tell you to leave. This is about having hope, though. If you are sticking around, please don't do so waiting on the promise of what the narcissist could be. We all do it. It just depends on how long you do it for. They go and do this thing, this bad thing. We've been talking about it all week. Please look up Monday and Wednesday. And we're so desperate to have any evidence at all, if it can be fixed, that they can do the tiniest thing right, and we latch onto it. We latch onto it as evidence that things could improve, as evidence that he still cares. My pronoun is he. Insert your own and make the story your own. Mine is he for a romantic partner, so my story follows that. We latch onto the tiny thing. Oh, yeah. They did that on purpose so that you would latch on to the tiny good thing that they just did to cover up for the bad thing or make up for the bad thing that they did. They did that on purpose to manipulate your feelings into thinking they're good again, into thinking and hoping that they might be better again. They did that on purpose. Manipulation is what that is. It's called breadcrumbing you. Give you a little bit. I picture that. When I think of breadcrumbing, I picture a little baby bird in a nest waiting for its mother to give him food. That's what I picture. And that's what they're doing, breadcrumb. So you wait for the next breadcrumb. You think more good is coming because they're breadcrumbing you. It can even cross the line into full-on bribing once gifts are involved. Of course it can. Of course it can. Whichever method they use, breadcrumbing or bribing, their behavior, I want you to understand this, hasn't changed one bit. And as soon as they can, as soon as you release the reins, loosen the leash, stop checking their phone, stop asking questions, as soon as they have room to maneuver, they're going to do it again. And I'm not downtrodden or negative. It's their pattern. It's how they behave. And it's funny because when I say hasn't changed a bit, I mean the behavior hasn't changed a bit. You guys haven't really discussed it a bit. You haven't addressed it or anything. They're hoping you don't bring it up. They're hoping you ignore it. They're hoping the 30 seconds they gave you on it is enough. They're hoping them going to counseling is enough. I'm saying if you're together still and trying to work it out, oh yeah. And they're just breadcrumbing and bribing their way through it. And before you know it, they've gone right back to their narcissistic self where they misbehave, devalue, and so forth. We all stick around waiting for them to see the guy from love bombing. I'm just trying to help save you some time and let you know that, well, some of you have waited, you're out now, but waited 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. That's off the top of my head. A list of people in this audience. Okay? And the misbehaving and the devalue definitely comes back. They don't go back to the love bombing guy. And I don't want you to confuse or fall for the breadcrumbing and the bribing and think, oh, my guy is back. This is him. This is the love bombing guy. He's back. No, he's manipulating you like he did in love bombing so that you'll swoon and think he's back. He's trying to put his mask back on. But they can't put the mask back on. That's impossible. You will never see them the same way again. So, like I say, I don't tell you to leave. But if you're going to remain there, at least be awake and aware that having hope is really a false hope. If you are someone who has stayed, is staying, you may ask, well, isn't me having hope better than not? Because generally having hope, I'd like to think is generally considered a positive thing in aspects of life, right? You have hope. Having hope is okay if it could lead you somewhere. But waiting on the hopeless and having no change ever come, that can be a daunting mental exercise. It's exhausting waiting on change that doesn't happen. And it can leave you drained and defeated when all we do is keep chasing, waiting, and hoping. That's what they do on purpose, so that you keep chasing, waiting, hoping. Every time you find something and you discuss something with them, they might think, okay, so I'm still here. She didn't kick me out yet. She didn't break up with me yet. She didn't leave me yet. You might say, well, why do they care if they can go get new supply? Because they might not be ready to leave you. There's a million reasons why. They might not feel like it. They might have a family with you. They might live with you. Whatever the reason. The only movable quotient in the formula is us, the people that are having the infractions done to them. They won't change. Remember math? 3 things, right? Such and such equals such. They won't change. So that factor is constant. That factor is constant is the fact that they won't change. The result is always going to be bad when you're with a narcissist. It won't be different for any one of us, ever. But we can change. And stopping false hope. It's like false hoping your way through a relationship is the daunting mental task I'm trying to save you from. So even if you're staying, I'm not saying give up hope. I'm saying be awake and look at the truth that is in front of you, which I think was last Monday's video. The truth that is in front of you, not what you think it might be, not what you wanted it to be, what you hope for it to be, what you cry at night for it to be. What is the truth in front of you, the state of your relationship, the state of how you see that person? Because they're never going to change. So you could be as healthy and as giving and as wonderful as you want. Match with someone like that. The equal sign is always going to have the same ugly, ugly result. We are the only movable quotient. Our hope is the only movable quotient. I want you to be awake. I don't want you sitting there and wasting 10 years hoping for something that never comes. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry if that's hard for you to hear. You might have just come off a conversation with your partner and you have hope right now, and here I am with this video crushing it. I just want you awake. They all promise they're going to fix. They all promise they're going to get better. They all promise and do that. Pardon me, that's like 3 times in one day. They all do that. And I want you to look at the situation. What is the truth of what they did to you? Do you really see this person as being able to go forth and do a 180 and become a different human being? Because that's what you're waiting on, for them to become a different human being than what is inside them. I just wanted to mention this, you guys. It's been a good week. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share it. If you know someone going through things, you never know. I have a client in private coaching. She shares these videos with a friend of hers going through something, and it's really helping her. So if you know someone, don't be shy, please. The goal for this channel, remember, is to help anyone that is going through anything like this and to educate everyone so they know that this behavior is out there. I thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you Monday.